lovely stitchy friends. Welcome back to my channel, Catkin and Lily, where we chat about all things cross stitch. I'm Cat, and I'm so happy you chose to come and spend some time with me as I share what's been going on in my stitchy world for the last couple of weeks. If you're a returning viewer, then I hugely appreciate you coming back for more, and if you're a new viewer, then I hope you'll enjoy everything that I've got to share and consider subscribing to the channel. I've got kind of the usual mix of good stuff coming up for you. I've got a finish, no FFOs, no fully finished objects, just the one finish, but it's a pretty good one. I've got several WIPs, actually a little bit less. There are fewer WIPs than I've had in some weeks. I've kind of got one thing that sort of counts as new stash, I think, but yeah, maybe not. Lots of plans and a little bit of AOB/life updates at the end. Oh, and of course, I've got my giveaway winners to announce as well, because a couple of weeks ago, I was absolutely delighted to say that I'd reached 13,000 subscribers. Not 30,000 as someone thought. Yeah, now I would have fallen off my chair if I had 30,000. 13,013, which is still incredible. I hugely appreciate all of your support. So I had a giveaway to celebrate, and I will be drawing the winners at some point during the video. But first, did you see a flip through of the Just Cross Stitch magazine? This is the 2025 special holiday issue. And Laura at Stitching by the Shore did a flip through. Now there are flip throughs and there are flip throughs. And sure, Laura has gone through and shown you all of the beautiful projects that are in this magazine. So lots and lots of lovely festive designs. But not only does she show you the designs, she shares so much inspiration. And this is the reason I really had to give this a mention, because I just love the ideas that she shares in there for fabric choices, ways to adapt the design. I just thought it was such a lovely way to do it, and to get some inspiration alongside sharing the patterns that are in the magazine. So I will of course link that in the description. So if you fancy getting in a very festive mood and possibly being enabled, then do go and check that out. Other than that, Laura, her floss tubes are just absolutely wonderful to watch. I find them very calming. So many good projects. I love how she just kind of goes off on tangents with designs and does her own thing with them. Absolutely fantastic. So highly recommend her channel anyway. So I will link that below. And we can get on to my finish, which you may or may not have been expecting. It is, of course, the very shouty Chameleon. This is One in a Chameleon by Bothy Threads. It's a Rendale piece of artwork charted by Bothy Threads. I'll put the information panel up there for you. There'll be a panel up for all of my projects that I share with you, so it'll have information about the threads and fabric, all that good stuff. So I will put that up there for you, and I will put up where I was last time, so you can see quite how far I've come, because it was sort of close to a finish, but maybe not super close, and maybe not enough that you would have thought I would have finished it. Now, I started this one on the 2nd of May. So this was actually this was a birthday start for me, and I'd forgotten that this was a birthday start. I think, if I remember rightly, I was wanting to start something else and I couldn't start it for some reason, and so I started the Chameleon in the interim. And then I finished on the 30th of October, so not that long ago. So yeah, there's where I was when you last saw it, and here he is now. So I had quite a good chunk of his head left to do, and I have. He is all done. So gorgeous. Absolutely love him. Let's see if I can bring him in and give you a little bit of a look at those beautiful colours. Very, very little back stitch on this one. There's a tiny bit on the branch and on his face. So that is him. So he is all done. I have washed and pressed him. He's had a little bath. He is a clean chameleon and all pressed. So now he'll just get rolled up, ready to wait for the next trip to the framer, because I do want to add him to my kind of gallery wall of Rendale Bossy Thread designs. I've got 6 on there, so he will be the 7th in my collection, and I will take him to the framer, have him framed absolutely the same as all the others. So yeah, can't wait for that. Just a lovely stitch, all the bright colours, so nice. Sometimes I find the Bothy threads themselves not so great to work with, but this one was actually really nice. I had very, very little trouble with this, really enjoyed it, plenty of thread left at the end. Yeah, it was a delightful stitch. Okay, so let's move into WIPs, which is works in progress. And can I just say, I'm down to 12. 12! I couldn't believe this. I actually had to double check that I hadn't missed something somewhere. I have a list on my phone and it counts them for me. So there really shouldn't have been any mistake. And there isn't. It genuinely is 12. I was just slightly shocked. But I think with the Halloween finish that I had last time and Chameleon this time, and I haven't really had any new starts recently. That will be changing. And I still don't have any new starts this time round. Very, very close. Actually, depending on when you watch this, there might have been. But at the time of recording it right now, there are no new starts. So I'm down to 12. And some of those are still on sort of temporary timeout for various reasons. So yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8 of my 12 to share with you today, which is slightly crazy. So we better get into it then, really, hadn't we? And these are all, well, I was going to call them repeat offenders, which is kind of unfair. Frequent flyers, maybe? All ones that you've seen quite a bit recently. I haven't pulled anything out of the timeout, but then there's only 4 things in there. So yeah, not many. I'm kind of just still touching everything at the moment. And we are starting with Julia the Firefly Princess by Bella Filipina, my absolutely gorgeous fancy lady, or one of, I guess. And I feel like I've had some lovely progress on this one, which I will talk about more in a little bit about what I've done and where we're going. But let's just jump in and show you. So you can see where I was, and here is where I've got up to, and you can see I've been doing a lot of work. It's all in this bottom section. So if I bring that in so you can see beautiful, beautiful colours. I got a bit more of this darker pink with this ribbon that's been going here. I managed to carry that on there. You've got lots of this little wibbly bit that came up. Again, is working up through the dress. Gorgeous. I did a little bit more of the metallic. I did this blob. I was going to do this blob, and then I stopped because honestly the metallic was mugging me off a bit. I couldn't be bothered to finish it. I'm not normally that bothered by doing metallic. This one was feeling crunchy. Maybe some thread conditioner would help. And I couldn't face putting another bit in. Yeah, that was as far as that got. But she's looking gorgeous. So gorgeous. It was just, I love this one. And I know a few of you have been really loving Julia, and the idea was that she was potentially going to get some good work now, which is why I've been trying to work on her and put her away so that I could then move on to another fancy lady, which obviously I've been talking about, and I'll talk more about later. But let's not intrude on Julia's time right now. And I was thinking I would put Julia aside and move to the other fancy lady, but I don't know if I can. I'm not sure I can. I love her too much. I'm going to have to try and find a way, I think, to just keep working on her at least a bit, as well as the other fancy lady, because a few of you have said you really love her and would be sad to see her go, put on temporary timeout, and I feel the same. So we will see. She was going on timeout. I don't think I can. So, yes. Okay, next up we have The Mermaid's Realm by Joan Elliott. So this has been my morning stitch. I put a few threads in the morning. And now you might have seen this one on Instagram. I reached a really, really fun milestone on this. I've got fluff on me. It's probably fabric fluff. yeah, I got to a really fun milestone on this. Look. My mermaid is done. Oh, it's looking so good. It's looking so good. So she is beautiful. All finished with her beautiful flowing hair, little sort of castle crown on the top. She's got her little snail friend. I've done the star over here. So I have got, you'll see, I've got a bit to do in the corner here. And then you can see over here, this, I've started doing, there is a big swathe of stitches across here, sort of all wibbling down at the top of this design. It's a monster chunk of stitching. So that's going to be quite epic. I've tried to mix it up a little bit. I tried to start doing some of the bits over here and a little bit over here. So I will kind of mix it up, try and do some of this, try and finish some of this. And I don't think I'm going to try and work all of that before I move up, because I think I'm going to get bored of that. So I'll probably, when I reach the middle, I'll probably keep trying to work this side of it and get up to something more interesting and then carry on filling in over here. But I don't know. I might just get the bit between my teeth and just crack on with that. You never know. You never know what you're going to get, other than progress, because she will stay as my morning stitch. So there will be progress somewhere on that one. Number 3 is the Stitchers Book Club Stitch Along from Cloud's Factory, which is getting so close to being finished. We have part 11 out. So that's 11 parts, obviously last part to come out in December. I have fallen slightly behind. If you saw this one again, I think I posted on Instagram with this, I have slipped a little bit. I was managing to keep up. The October part escaped me. So I haven't finished the October part, and obviously we've got November. But here's where I have got to, which is actually, it's not that bad. I've kind of done, I'm not sure if that's quite half of that part, to be honest. It might be slightly less. But it's, you know, it's a start. Did I just part that one? That's not it. It's not that bit. It's that bit. Wrong side. That side. Yeah. That's the bit that we want. Very, very cute. So, yeah, I've got a whole chunk here and then down into November to go. Now I realise, actually, that was a big chunk. When I sat here a couple of weeks ago and said, oh my goodness, that October part feels huge, I was not wrong. When I looked at the breakdown of the parts, actually it is a really big section. There's a lot of books in there. There's some really chunky stitching. It's that whole great big section. It was big. So I am I slightly sad I'm not caught up with this? Maybe. But that is how it goes. I still feel like I'm doing quite well. The November part is not as huge, so we'll just see where we get to. If I end up finishing this one a little bit after, I mean, I think I'm pretty close, so I'm still pretty happy with it, and I want to enjoy it when I pick it up and not feel like, oh no, I have to pick this up because I have to stitch on it. So I've just let it come out to play whenever I feel like it and not worry too much about sticking to the deadlines. Now, it's time for the big one. Dragon Race Into the Night. I absolutely adore showing you guys this one. It probably is my favourite. I do love the Fancy Ladies, but this one is, it's so special. It really is. And I say every time, it looks amazing. It looks amazing. And here is where we are, and I've been working, well, you'll see compared to last time, but a lot of tree has happened. And it's so good, it's so good. I will bring it in for the close-up so you can see just those branches, the light and the dark. It's so good. But then it is also so effective if I pull it back here as well so that you can see. It's insanely good, this. It really is. I've really enjoyed stitching. I mean, who knew I was going to enjoy stitching a tree so much? It's absolutely beautiful. And I've worked my way over here. And let's see, where am I at on this one? That is, actually, since you last saw it, that's just shy of 1,600 stitches since 2 weeks ago. So it's pretty good progress, which puts me at 5.55%. It's not bad. And the very exciting thing on this one, actually there's two very exciting things. One is that I had a WIP go goal in October to do 3,000 stitches, and I did 4,000 stitches. 4,005. So I absolutely smashed that. I put 7 days of work into this, and yeah, 4,000 stitches. So that was fantastic. The other very exciting thing is, on here, we're obviously trying to get to some more dragon. We've had this little guy in here for a while. Well, there's a big dragon wing coming up, and it's just where this bit comes in. It's about here that comes down like that. So I'm almost to the dragon wing here, but I probably need to fill in some more down here as well before I can get to that, to the rest of the wing. But we are close. We are closing in on another dragon. So I can't wait for that. I cannot promise dragon for a couple of weeks' time. I think it might still be a little bit further away than that, but we are getting closer. And we're on to my next biggest WIP for the next one, which is the Fisher King by Long Dog Samplers. And this one has been my WIP into shape challenge, which is now finished. Andrew the Runner Stitcher has been doing WIP into shape for his marathon training, and he has now run his marathon. So congratulations, Andrew. I know you've had to put a lot into the training. It's been fantastic to support you and stitch along with you as well with the challenge. I hope there'll be more WIP into shape style challenges coming up, because I know I have loved joining in with that and feeling like I can support you, and I know everyone else has as well. So I know there's not going to be any more for a little bit, but it's been fantastic for getting progress on this one. So here we are, end of the WIP into shape challenge, and you can see I've been working on some bits of cutlery down the side. So I think I had the stalk and the spoon last time. So this time it's the bit next to it I've been working on. Actually, no, this isn't cutlery. This one's cutlery, and then there's more cutlery over there. This one is just a little tower with fish stuck in it. Because of course it is. So it's fantastic, this one. It still doesn't look completely, there's not actually tons. But that is very nearly 9,500 stitches, 12.3%. It's actually not too bad. It's pretty good going. And I don't know quite what my plan will be for working on that now the WIP into shape challenge has ended. I don't think it's going to go away because I love stitching on it. But I don't know. It may take a tiny bit more of a backseat, maybe while I work on some fancy ladies, and then I'll kind of come back to that one. I don't know. I don't know quite where that fits yet, but we'll find out. Next I have, lost it then, Stitching Rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches, which is really growing nicely. It's really getting quite big, this one. And this is the one I've got sort of broken down nominally into 7 parts that we're stitching in my Patreon membership as an Anything Stitchy sal. Some of us are doing this piece, quite a few people are doing some other pieces. It's lots and lots of fun having this sort of very informal stitch along and enjoying everyone's progress. So for this one, I have got to here, so I've been working in this part at the top, and I've done a good chunk of it actually. There's just bits and bobs. I've kind of dotted around with what I'm stitching on here, so you can see I've got a word up here to do and some Smyrna crosses. I've got a couple more hearts to fill in and a bit of white left to go on here. I've got something. Oh, I've got buttons, some more buttons to go in here. So I've got a few little bits and pieces, but not too much to go on that section. So that will be good, because I think it's not that long till we get into the next part, which will be back down at the bottom. And then the final bit will be at the top. So yeah, that one's, again, lovely one to pull out and work on. They all are. All my WIPs just bring me so much joy. Whichever one I pull out and work on, it's delightful. And actually this one, again, delightful for the next one. Little Pirates by Soda Stitch. This is just absolute cuteness. It really is. I love all my WIPs. This is definitely gets the cuteness factor, and this one's becoming a very firm favourite. And this is my one that I'm doing for the Stitchers Football Challenge, hosted by Lynette, the Yorkshire Stitcher. And here's where we're at. I struggle to hold this one really, but here is where we've got to on this one. It is adorable, absolutely adorable. And let me see, what did I do this time? I think, well, I don't know. I think in here, I've definitely done this. I can't actually remember whether I'd finished this last time, but I don't know. You can see compared to the picture whatever I've done, because I can't quite decide. But all of it is adorable. Oh, it's because I think I had a bold pirate last time. Did I have this? Was that pirate bold? She might have been. Well, she isn't anymore. And I've done this gorgeous little pirate with the parrot. I've done a weeny bit of backstitch, not loads, but I wanted to do, I'll bring it, let me see if I can bring him in for you. You see, little crab, he's so cute. I had to do the backstitch on the little crab. So, yeah, it's adorable, absolutely adorable. I love this, I have to stop myself stitching it at any other times, rather than just during the football. Which I'm currently at 4,285 stitches, 32%. So I'm basically a third done with that one. I cannot believe it. I don't think it's going to last me the entire football season, but I'll just have to replace it with some other cute Soda Stitch, I think, if I finish this one. Anyway, let's move on to the very last WIP, which is Halloween Sampler by Cottage Garden Samplings. And this is the one I wasn't sure if I would have for you, if I would do any more work on it, but I did. On Halloween, I thought I'm going to bring it out for one more day, just to get a little bit more work on it on Halloween. It just felt right, and yeah, so I got a little bit more progress on it. Actually, quite a decent bit more progress on it. So I got in a couple more words, and I got in the shoe over here and stripy stockings. So that feels like not a bad stopping point now. Obviously, I'm going to put this one away now probably until halfway to Halloween. And actually, that is halfway up, just there. That's halfway up that way. There is still, it's not quite the full width because there's a cauldron just here. So it's not quite over. And I have now, if I put my board down, you can see, I did say I might cut this down. I have now cut this down so that I can put the top section of that into my stash in case I want to use it for something. So that is all the WIPs. Okay, let's talk new stash, and I don't have anything to show you here. I wasn't sure if it really counted, but it does. It does. It's just that it's digital. Digital patterns still count, so it absolutely is new stash. I signed up to 2 classes at the Jingle Ball. I talked about the Jingle Ball either last Flosstube or the one before, so I'm not going to dive into that all over again. I'll just leave a link to the Jingle Ball below because you can go and check it out if you haven't heard of it and you want to go to a fabulous online event. But I was trying to choose my classes to go to. I've signed up to 2. I am not 100% ruling out doing another one, but for now I've gone for 2. I've gone for the Stand Up for Santa. I'll put pictures up for you so you can see. Stand Up for Santa by Hands On Design, and the Christmas Snow Globes by Hello from Liz Matthews. So it's not quite what I thought I was going to go for. I was heading towards a double hands-on design. But in the end, those little snow globes just won me over. So I've gone for that. So I've got hands-on design, Santa and snow globes. So I have bought them. I should be getting the PDFs at some point. And I guess then I can potentially start stitching. We'll see. Anyway, so that's my only kind of new stash thing. But while we're doing new stash, let's do the giveaway as well, because I want to. So this was my draw for 13,000 absolutely fabulous subscribers. You are all absolutely wonderful. Unfortunately, I only had two prizes to give away. It was gift cards for the Witchy Stitcher of $25 Canadian value. The keyword was witchy, and the winners are, I will put them up on screen as well. The first winner is Jennifer Zyron 7521. So congratulations to you. And the second winner is Little Crafty Bits Tiffany. And congratulations to you. Thank you all so much for all your entries, for all your lovely comments on my last video as well. I always enjoy reading the comments and chatting to you guys. And yes, it's obviously, I cannot give all 13,000 of you a gift, but we have two winners, so congratulations to you. If you send me an email, my email is linked in the description. So drop me an email, I'll purchase the gift cards and get those emailed over to you. So, yay! Okay, now I have to talk plans. And since it's November, how is it November? I mean, we'll park that one because I think we're probably all trying to work out how it's actually November. But that does mean new WIP Go. My October WIP Go was all done. So my 2 for November, my themes that came up was words and FFO. So yes, I'm going to have to get on my FFOing and actually pull my finger out and finish something. I think I've probably got quite a few waiting. So yes, we will see. But I'll get onto something there. And for the words, I actually think it might be a new Christmas winter stitch type thing. Because I have got, obviously my Halloween one's got words, well that's going away. Stitching Rules has got words, but I'd quite like a new start. I mean, I'm going to say, because I haven't had one for a while and I'm feeling all the winter Christmas stitching coming up and I'm feeling some new starts. So I will probably pick a new Christmas/winter stitch with words on it and probably just say work on it for 4 days. Something simple like that. So that'll be WIP Go. I've got Stitchers Book Club ongoing. I've got the Anything Stitchy Sal ongoing. I've got the Football Challenge ongoing. No more whip into shape. So I've got kind of all those things going on. I've got the morning stitch carrying on. So things have kind of got their slots. And most of what you've seen today is probably going to keep coming up again. Now, I talked about this last time, my planned new start, because I was very excited last time. I thought I would have started it by the time I spoke to you again now, and I haven't. It's tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first day, because I film these on a Thursday and they go out to my Patreon membership on the Thursday, but they go out on YouTube publicly on Saturday. So if you're in my Patreon membership by the time you see this, if you're on it very early doors, I won't quite have started. I'm actually going to start this tomorrow. For anyone else, I may well have actually started it. It is, of course, The Legend of Freya by Bella Filipina. I have been, I think, I'm probably a broken record with this one because I've been so excited to start it. I don't think I've ever had to be so patient for this. But I did bring, just to show you, I brought my fabric again because it's absolutely stunning. In fact, I'm going to unroll it. I had this all, I'll show you first. I had this all rolled up, ready to go. And just look, I've got this here. And this does not count, right? I have a stitch at the bottom here. Half a stitch, in fact. That's just my marker. That is not a start. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. It's purely there so I know exactly where I'm starting, so that when it comes to tomorrow, I'm good to go. I have got most of the threads. I haven't put all of them on, but I've got my threads. I've got my pattern printed out because I will work from paper pattern on this one because I'm mad apparently. I've even got, I have a little box here with, it's got some of the extra threads that I've not popped on yet. I've got some metallics, I've got all the beads hanging out in there. So that's my cute little box. I'm going to throw this on the floor now while I try and get the lid back on. That's my little box of goodies to go with it. I really wanted to be ready to go. Can you tell? Tomorrow I was like, I'm not wasting time sorting threads, working out my start point, measuring. I want to hit the ground running tomorrow. So I've got it rolled up because I will, as always, be stitching in hand. I'm going to unroll it a little bit so I can show you a little bit more of the gorgeous fabric because it's really pretty. Obviously it's a bit see-through, I haven't got anything behind it, but I hope you can at least see the gorgeous colours on that. It's so pretty. This was custom fabric, custom dye from Luella's Fabrics, and I'm kind of beyond excited to stitch on it. Cannot wait. So tomorrow I can put my first stitch on that one, and I am starting it with 6 other lovely stitchers. We've got a little group going of those of us who are starting. This is why I have been patient, so that I could start with these other lovely ladies, although I think a couple of them are still waiting on fabric, so I really hope that arrives soon. I will link all the lovely stitchers. I'll link their Instagrams or YouTubes where they've got them. If they've got those, I'll pop those in the description. But I want to give a shout out to Jess from Cross Stitch Jess, Rachel from Talking Dog Stitcher, Michelle, Danny, aka Sarcastosaurus Rex from the Flossy Raptor, Gushan from Gooey Glam Stitches, and Lauren from Cross Stitch Bunny. So yes, it's been worth the wait to start along with a group of lovely ladies. It's going to be so much fun sharing our progress and cheering each other on. So yeah, can't wait to get to that one tomorrow. And what else? Oh, other new starts. Well, I've mentioned that I'm ready for Christmas and winter. So brace yourselves, because I'm pretty sure next time we chat, there's going to be an onslaught of winter and Christmas themed new starts. So here's your warning for that one. And I'm at the Kingfisher retreat, not this weekend, kind of as this comes out as you're watching, but the weekend after. I'm at the Kingfisher retreat, and I like a retreat. Bleh, can't speak now, too excited about the retreat. A retreat new start. Don't know what yet, but it'll probably be something. It might be Christmas and Christmas or winter themed, to be honest. So yes, I think I'm going to be coming to you with a few new starts next time. And that brings us into any other business, just to wrap this all up. There's been lots going on Catkin and Lily wise. I finally got the second part of the perforated paper tutorial out. So this was the actual stitching and cutting out bit on perforated paper. It's a beast of a video. It is a long one because there was so much good stuff that I wanted to pack in. It did take a while, but it's out. Very excited. So if you're thinking about stitching on perforated paper, go and give that one a watch. And now I'm focusing on Christmas designs. I have finished one design. I will be doing the full reveal of that. I've been doing all my sneak peeks over in Patreon. I'm not bringing them here. There will be a sneak peek on Instagram of that first design. It is a penguin. But I'll be doing the full reveal in Patreon in Coffee and Chat on Tuesday. And I will probably be sharing progress on the second design, which is going to be snow globe. I'm not going to say any more than that. What else? Oh, I've got a few days away coming up. So this weekend I've got a few days away, and then I've got the retreat coming up. So yeah, that's just going to be really nice. Lots of good relaxation time coming up, which has been nice. Reading, I finished Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. Lovely husband Dr. Tim and I were both reading that. We finished it. Yeah, very, very exciting. very much enjoyed that, and we've now gone back to the Stormlight archive again, sticking with Brandon Sanderson. We're kind of working our way through, so we're back to the Stormlight archive book 2. Already exciting reveals. I think I'm like 6% in, and already exciting stuff is happening, and I can't wait for the rest of it. I think it's quite a big book, so that'll keep me going for a while. As far as what we've been watching, no more films lately. Bake Off is finished. Very sad. I love watching Bake Off. And yeah, we watched the final. We couldn't watch it on the actual evening of the final. We watched it last night. Fantastic. There have been some amazing bakers. I won't spoil anything, but for anyone who hasn't watched it yet, but it was fantastic. I loved them all. I thought all of them were absolutely fantastic, especially the ones in the final. All deserved to win. But yes, on the day, the winner that won, yeah, absolutely brilliant. But that's sadly finished. We're currently watching Gen V Season 2. So also quite disgusting. Having moved on from Alien Earth, which was pretty gory and disgusting, we've carried on with gory and disgusting with Gen V. It's pretty nasty, but a good fun watch. And we are still playing Blueprints. Unsurprisingly, to any of you who know Blueprints we're playing it on the PlayStation. It's a roguelite, what did I say? Yeah, roguelite exploration, puzzle, mystery, whatever. So many puzzles. You sort of think you've finished, and then it just opens up to tons more. So that is very much keeping us occupied. Many hours going into that. And that's pretty much it. That brings me to the end of all of my cross stitch and life updates. So thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what I've been getting up to. Hope you've got some of your own stitching done while you've been listening to me chat. Next weekend, I will be back with a video of a trawl through all my Christmas and winter stuff. I'm going to go through, well, almost all my Christmas and winter stash and share that all with you and get you to help me pick some things to stitch. I've got things I'd like to stitch. I've got some things I'd like your help with. So if you'd like to be inspired / enabled by lots of Christmas winter stitching, then that will be out next weekend. And then, of course, I'll be back in 2 weeks' time with another Flosstube. We'll be doing all of this all over again, but with more new starts. So if that all sounds good, please don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss a single stitch. And if you're looking for more cross-stitch fun with me, but also with the most amazing community of cross-stitchers, then please do come over and join my Patreon membership. There's so much going on over there. It's an absolute delight. I'd love to have you come and join us. I look forward to coming and chatting to you again soon. So until then, take care, happy stitching, and bye for now.